Hey everybody, it's Austin Solomon. It is April 3rd today, and welcome to this week's episode of The Real. Quite a few things have changed since even the last episode. I hope this message finds everybody well and staying safe. But if you're like me, you're probably a little bit anxious, probably a little bit uncertain about what's happening, but just trying to stay positive during this time. What's happening in the marketplace? Obviously, over the last couple of weeks with the coronavirus, the stock market, there's a lot of things that have changed. What's happening in the Wausau market specifically? Today, I'm just talking to you guys about the facts. I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to tell you what we know is true, and then draw some conclusions from that. So as of today, there's 432 homes for sale. This is the Wausau market, just single family homes, greater Wausau area, like Marathon County, some of the surrounding areas. There's 432 homes for sale. 237 of them have accepted offers on them. So over half of the houses available have accepted offers. That leaves 195 that are available. Hey everybody, I'm just going to interrupt real quick for our listeners. Real estate was deemed an essential business by Governor Evers. However, we're not just resuming operations as usual because of that. We're not saying, hey, we're essential, throwing everything out the door. We're taking a lot of precautions to make sure that our buyers and sellers are safe. If we're going out and showing a house, if we're going out and meeting with a seller, we're practicing social distancing, we're sanitizing, we're making sure that we have masks. The last thing we want to do as real estate agents is spread the virus or not be socially responsible. So if we have to go out and conduct activities, we're being very, very cautious, as safety is number one for those that we interact with. Now let's break that down into price points and homes specifically. So this is going to be a lot of data. I'm going to pour out a bunch of data for you guys. So between 0 and 100,000, there's 52 homes on the market, which is 12% of the market. Of those, 44% have pending contracts. Between 100 and 200,000, there's 141 homes on the market, which is 33% of the market. 65% of those are under contract. That's crazy. 2 to 300,000, there's 128 homes, which is 30% of the market. 46% of those are under contract. 3 to 400,000, there's 49 homes on the market. That's 11% of the market. 33% of those have accepted offers. 4 to 500, 37 homes. It's 9% of the market. 16% of those have pending offers. 5 to 600, there's 11 homes, which is just 3% of the market. And one of those, which is 9%, has an accepted offer. And then 600,000 plus, there's 15 houses that are 600,000 plus, which is 3% of the market, and none of those have pending offers. They're all active at this time. So just a quick summary there. You can see the majority of homes are between 100 and 300,000. That's over about 2/3 of the market is between 100 and 300,000. And things are really moving in that 100 to 200,000. 65% of the houses between 100 and 200 have pending contracts. That's like 2/3. So 2 out of every 3 houses in that price point has an accepted offer. So that's really moving. Okay. Now let's look at, that's the market as a whole. Let's talk about what's happening over the last 30 days. And then we're going to draw in, hey, what's happening over the last 2 weeks and the last week. The market's changing day by day, hour by hour, and we're monitoring it now more than ever. So in the last 30 days, there's been 135 new homes that have came on the market, of which 50 of those already have accepted offers on them. In the last 30 days, 133 homes have received accepted offers on them. These are, whether they've been on the market for a while or they're new. So in the last 30 days, there's been 133 new homes that have accepted offers. 79 homes in the last 30 days have either have sold. So that's a picture of what's happening in the market in the last 30 days. Now, in the last 14 days, there's been 59 new homes that have came on the market. 18 of those new houses already have accepted offers on them. And then in the last 14 days, in total, there's been 55 homes that have have gone under contract. They have accepted offers, and then 39 homes have closed in the last 14 days. Okay, so things are still happening. Things are still moving. Like I say, even in the last 2 weeks, of the 59 houses that have came on the market, 1/3 of those already have accepted offers. Right now, let's take a look at what's happening with showings and activities. So in the first week of March, there was 500 showings. The second week of March, there's 480 showings. So this is just showings in the greater Wausau area that are happening. The third week, there was 360. Fourth week, there was 215. So obviously you can see in the first week, 500, last week, 215. So the amount of activity and the showings are going down. Makes sense. Obviously, there's a push for people to, stay at home. Some buyers are going to wait this out or kind of waiting on the sideline. Some sellers are a little bit leery about having showings. It just varies from person to person, which is okay. Us as a team, we're supporting each person in their decision and how they want to maneuver what's going on during this time. So statistically, you can see the amount of showings is going down. Now, it's April 3rd, and in the last 7 days, there's been 225 showings. So there's been a slight uptick from the last week of March to the last 7 days in showings, which basically, shows that, hey, we're probably going to be looking at, moving forward here, we're probably looking at around 200 to 250 showings. So the market, the amount of showings has gone down a little bit, but things are still happening, right? If the coronavirus wasn't a thing, and if there wasn't, everything going on, we'd probably have 500, 600, 700 showings. But because of everything, we have between 200 and 250, right? That's what, that's where the market's at. Okay, so I just threw a bunch of data out at you guys. What does this all mean, right? So things are still happening. Let's look at the last 14 days. There's been 60 houses basically that have came on the market. 18 to 20 of those have accepted offers on them. So there's things that are moving. There's people that desperately need to buy. There's people that still desperately need to sell. So there's still things that are happening. And again, it just depends on each person's comfort level and how they want to maneuver this. And we're going to support each person in their decision and keep them updated on what's happening in the marketplace. The activity levels have gone down, right? Activity levels, we're talking about, hey, how many showings are happening? Obviously, we talked about that. The first week, there was 500 showings. The last 7 days, there's been 225. Okay, but things are still happening. The market overall is still fairly decent. It hasn't dropped off. Market values haven't changed much in the short term. That could change, but right now we're seeing that the new houses that are coming on the market, the values haven't changed. Things might slow down a little bit in the future here, and because obviously there is some uncertainty, some buyers and some sellers might be looking, might be slightly more motivated to sell now. But that's, in general, we haven't seen, the values change drastically. So if you're thinking about buying and selling during this time, really the key is, consult an agent like myself, and we're really dialing in on, hey, what's your comfort level? How are we going to be safe during the time, during this time? That's obviously number one, is staying safe during this time, being socially responsible. And then just, monitoring the market and figuring out, hey, what can we do to still make things happen while being safe and being, respectful to the other people around. So that's a little bit about what's happening in the market. I know that's a lot of data, but that's the facts. That's what's happened. This is what we know is happening. So I just wanted to give you guys the facts and keep you guys up to date on what's really happening. If you have any questions, let me know. And like I say, things are changing day by day. So if you want, a more accurate idea, give me a call. I'm happy to provide that. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate the support of the show and you guys tuning in. It means a ton to me. So let's keep moving forward and being positive where we can. Thanks so much.